Happy Wednesday, everybody. How you doing? Hollywood on the rocks. Let's have fun together. Lots of news today. Loads of news. We've got Mandalorian and Grogu. They're giving out free tickets for May the 4th. We'll tell you how to get them. Plus, trailer reactions, Coyote versus Acme, Clayface, and someone did the Avengers Doomsday trailer that was shown at CinemaCon in Legos. We have it for you. Plus an interview. We do interviews with indie filmmakers. And we will catch up on movies we were unable to review last week. I will talk to you about Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Alan has reviews. Where is he? Let's get him in here. Oh, this ties in.
What's up, Chris? I hear everyone is looking for Alan. Alan.
We're watching the trailer for Coyote versus Acme. I can't wait.
I wonder if I've seen it.
Well, you and I saw a lot of it at, where were we? At Comic-Con. And there was a panel. We saw several scenes from it. And it looks great. Why would you not release that? It baffles me.
I feel like there's something we don't know.
There's got to be something legal or something we don't know, or it's taking a loss,
or they made a great trailer and don't have a film to back it up.
But we got a lot to get to today, so let's get started and let's go through some chat comments. Some very generous Andrew Cram. We cannot go do the show without him. Thank you.
As he gifted 5 Film Threat memberships.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it.
You need another lead-in for me to do that.
Yeah, it was my best attempt.
Yeah,
not great.
As always, thanks for the authentic and entertainment reviews, Chris and Alan.
Thank you, Andrew.
Christopher Moonlight Productions, who has a article coming up tomorrow on Film Threat. Wednesday is upon us. I've got to dip in and out on this one, but just sent you something that was exciting for me. I hope to be doing more soon, including articles on the future of AI, future of Indian AI.
And Chris's panel that he did about Indian AI, he recorded it. So I don't know where. Let us know, Chris, where you are posting that, and we'll show some clips and lead people to where they can watch the entire thing.
But the article he wrote about the panel is going up on filmthreat.com tomorrow morning.
Great.
All right. And Laura Buckles, as Wonder Woman here, says, let's go.
And that's the classic Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. And then here we go from Lord Thoth.
Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, ding, ding for notifications. Sign up as a member. Join us on X, Discord, Rumble, and Instagram. Buy our merch at shop.filmthreat.com.
You caught me on a rare day where I am not wearing a Film Threat shirt. I literally, because I doing back-to-back shows, I got to get out. I did the nooner this morning. So you're seeing a rare case of me not wearing a Film Threat shirt. Yeah. But I do recommend the Project Film Threat shirt or the Doomsday Duds pictured. If you're watching the show on video, you can see that right there. So there we go. Let's get into it, Alan. Let's get to our first because we have a pile of news. Yeah. Let's start with the Coyote versus Acme trailer reaction. Now, this project has been around. It controversially is not being released by Warner Brothers. I mean, I find that crazy. Like, we did see a preview at San Diego Comic-Con, and I can just tell you, this is Roger Rabbit level, like comedy here. It's crazy that it's not been released. So it's being released by a new company called Ketchup Entertainment. Let's take a look at it. I have not seen this.
The Acme Corporation is releasing this film for accounting purposes only. We do not condone any of the storylines depicted.
Okay, this looks so fun. We saw scenes from it when we were at San Diego Comic-Con. It's about a lawsuit. Coyote has a lawsuit against the Acme Corporation because their products don't work. He never caught the Roadrunner. Featuring cameos by Bugs Bunny, Foghorn Leghorn, Tweety Bird, your favorites. I can't wait. Coming out in August. I think it'll appeal. I don't know why they have really underutilized the brand of Looney Tunes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean
it's weird.
Well, when I was a kid, I was a fan of Looney Tunes. I thought Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, those are for little kids. I like Looney Tunes because they were irreverent. I thought that Mickey Mouse was just too milquetoast.
Mm-hmm.
I related to Bugs Bunny and love those characters. So I like the pushing of the borders that Warner Brothers was always known for. The whole duck season, rabbit season. You couldn't do that today just because it involves a gun. And you know, they were playing a bit into a little sexuality as well as that. Well, I mean, Bugs Bunny, a known cross-dresser, but
right.
Looney Tunes had guns, they had bombs, dynamite, they had violence. They were fun cartoons.
Resolving a problem was hurting somebody else.
Right. But I mean, the fact that they've not been able to figure out how to make a Looney Tunes movie is unconscionable. But this I can't wait for. I know we've seen full scenes that we saw at San Diego Comic-Con last year. So just finally to see a release date. The way they're promoting it is really funny. It's like they're
playing into it.
They're playing into the lawsuit aspect. So that this is like a real lawsuit, obviously part of the story. But Will Forte got a good cast there. John Cena representing Acme.
And being shot maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah. This movie's been sitting on the shelf for a while.
Yeah, I'll say to Disney's credit. I mean, look, let's face it, Mickey and Minnie and Donald were all going down the same road as Looney Tunes. And there was at least an effort in Disney to resurrect their foundational character, the iconic character of Mickey Mouse. And they did it. For some reason, Warner Brothers is just, they don't know how to do it. But those characters are in the same position that Mickey and Minnie used to be in. So we'll see.
Okay. More trailers. Super Troopers 3. It's coming. Look, the first one I think is the best. It's just goofy stoner humor. I don't know that we need sequels to it. I mean, sure, why not? But let's check it out. I have not seen this one either. So let's take a look.
Okay, so you gotta
1, 2, 3, go!
Tokyo Drift, motherfucker!
Start now.
Fucking idiots.
All units respond.
Reports of a high-speed chase.
I give to you our first electric patrol car.
Fuck electricity. Whoa.
Well. It isn't the old timers passing the torch to the new generation.
You beat my rookie in a foot race? No ticket.
Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, go!
Hey, Thorny, we're super excited for your hot sister's wedding.
To Rod Barba. Son of a bitch.
Got any beer?
That's my shirt.
It's a good sex shirt.
I got a Postmates delivery of 12 short and wide condoms to Rod Farva.
Only 12? I guess I'll have to do.
Here I come, babe!
Come get your cream, girl!
I'm gonna stop this wedding.
Mom, Dad, this is Farva.
Oh my God, babe, you clean up great.
I wonder if they have any white tea here. Oh, wait, that's me. Whitey!
You like racial humor.
Who does?
Marvin texted me his list of demands for the bachelor party. Bum fights, Russian roulette, strip club. What the hell?
Hello, boys. Pull up a cup chair.
Okay, I'm in.
Cut it back! Tokyo Drift, motherfucker!
What's it, Father?
Is it possible we're no longer the cool guys in our own story?
Not a fucking chance. Okay, Farva. Time to pick your snake. This guy's actually kind of cute.
Since it's the neck, it's best to suck it out.
Check it out. Farva,
Oh,
that's
no!
my mom.
Fucking idiots.
Okay.
I'm in.
Really should have screened that before we showed it. We're probably demonetized.
The kids.
Uh,
Chris would like to apologize to you.
I am so sorry.
Ask your parents what you just saw.
What is the chat is killing us right now. I mean, look, I can't wait. That's a good raunchy. That's a good raunchy comedy right there. I can't wait. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Beer Fest was, I think, my favorite movie those guys have done. But this looks, they really went for it. They really went for it.
Yeah. Tim is not funny, says I'm down. No, you're up.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. But Beer Fest was always a favorite of these guys. But yeah, I'm not gonna miss this one. It's coming out in August.
I like that gas station humor. That was
Clayface. We saw this teaser at CinemaCon last week, and they finally released it. It's a little over a minute teaser for Clayface. I don't know why we need a Clayface movie before we have Batman, but it is coming out in October. It's a very Cronenberg-inspired body horror. And Alan, you're ready to share it with everyone?
yes.
Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Clayface.
Okay, you got to put it on the screen. Got to put it on stage here.
Are you not able to do it?
I believe it's yours.
Okay, sorry
Yeah.
about that. Let's start over. Here we go.
Ew.
I have one question. Is Batman in it? Is he mentioned? It's opening October 23rd. I mean,
It's like saying, is Spider-Man in Craven?
yeah, he
Or
wasn't.
Spider-Man and Morbius.
He was not in any of those movies, sadly. But look, at least they're releasing it in October for Halloween, which is kind of cool. It does tie in. It's really got Cronenberg vibes, but I also got like Joker vibes.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, not the second. A little Joker vibes. He's a sympathetic villain. We'll see what he went through to become Clayface.
Yeah. Or you could watch Darkman.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is Darkman. Effectively, is he a hero? What's the deal?
Yeah.
So
Now you should see Darkman because my grandfather's restaurant is in it. I'll say this about it. I don't know nothing about Clayface. I could not tell you a thing about Clayface, so I'm coming in at it fresh with no knowledge. I mean, I like the trailer as a trailer, but back in your mind, this is a superhero movie, and it just feels like when you turn a superhero movie and make it a horror film, you don't really get the horror you should.
Well, it's a super villain movie. I mean, Clayface is a nemesis.
But okay, it's a comic book movie.
Batman. Yeah, it's a comic book movie. Yeah, it's fair.
I'm fairly positive, lukewarm about the New Mutants, that movie. I mean, at least that was an attempt to kind of do horror in the superhero genre. And I feel like it's probably going to have that kind of impact. It's not going to be exactly horror, and it's not exactly going to be a comic book movie. So, that's another movie to watch in October.
Well, I just wonder with, we've been critical, especially since we've seen more and more of Supergirl. We've seen a lot more of Supergirl, and wow, I think it's an understatement to say we're unimpressed.
Yeah. Well, look, I feel like this is going to be more exciting than Supergirl.
But I do like one thing when positive, I'll say, I like that, okay, you're going in a more adult direction. I'm going to assume this is going to be R. It looks like it's an R rating. So
it better be. I mean, if you make it PG-13, then you're just compounding the problem of this horror that's supposed to be derived from a comic book. But what I do love is the trailer does something that no other trailer has ever done. It takes a popular song, then slows it down.
Yeah, they don't really do that.
I know. That's pretty ingenious.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. So, hey, I got a treat for you. I didn't realize this was so tiny. It's the Avengers Doomsday trailer as described at CinemaCon, but done in Lego.
Okay, we'll see how close they got.
And this is from TikTok. So you're seeing it in a very tiny box on our screen here. Should we watch this? It's 42. Yeah. It's 40 seconds.
Will we get demonetized for the audio?
We'll find. Let's find out. Okay. We're already in trouble for Super Troopers 3, so let's look at this.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter.
Okay, there's Dr.
This is the most scared I've ever been in my life. Our sacrifices will mean nothing if we don't stick together.
I'm Ben. Yancey Street, between Broome and Grand.
Yeah, that's backwards.
Impossible. Hey, pal.
Wow.
Something's coming.
That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, clearly they haven't seen it.
No, they have not.
Some of the line. And where's Shang-Chi and Gambit? Come on.
Yeah, Shang-Chi and Gambit completely missing. Yeah. If you're going to do a Lego version, do it right.
Yeah. And don't forget the multiple scenes of Wakandans all over the place. And then Atlanteans led by Namor. But other than that, it was pretty close.
Yeah. Let's go to some chat comments and questions, and I have a lot more for you today. So let's do that. Okay, I know how this works. Start with soups.
Yes, from Bruce Leroy Jenkins.
Wait, you have to, I got to get it queued up.
From Bruce Leroy Jenkins for $2 for Alan's windshield repair fund. I'm gonna actually have to do research now on getting my windshield repaired. Andrew Cram for 10. Alan's windshield repair fund. Okay, I believe we're down to $812.
Okay, we're getting there.
We're getting there. I'm gonna have to talk to my insurance company. Jean Hu gifted 5 Film Threat memberships.
Yep.
LK, I say it now. James Gunn is a mistake because there were no guardrails.
Well, I think the thing that convinced me of that was Peacemaker season 2. That was like, what are you trying to create here? I was really not happy about that.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Bill S. Preston Esquire. Clayface trailer, but Chris is playing the part of Mr. Freeze.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I got the hair. That's right.
I got the hair.
Well, it's your webcam, Mr. Freeze. Tim is not funny. Will Forte is gold. John Cena has comedic instincts, great comedic instincts. Who Love Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Looney Tunes, so this will be a must-see with my kids in the theaters.
Yeah, I think this movie will do well because of that.
Yeah, it's a kids.
Yeah.
Ooh, Aaron Sharman. For five British pounds, Alan's windshield fund. So that brings us down to $811.
I feel like if you went, you could shop around and get it cheap.
I think so. Like I said, it's because my car has radar protection or whatever, where it keeps you at a certain distance from the car in front of you. That's why it costs so much compared to a regular windshield.
Now, if you do get it repaired, can you break the current windshield, like take a hammer to it?
I don't think so.
Why not? If you're getting it repaired, you've got some cracks in there, but if you're getting it repaired, why don't you just have fun?
That's like renting a car, buying the full insurance, and then destroying the car.
Yeah, that's half the fun.
Yeah. That's why people get the full insurance.
We would do some kind of destructive things. When I used to work on cars and motorcycles, we go to a place called Pick Your Parts. Pick your parts. You'd go in wearing like coveralls. You'd be looking for things like, I don't know, just passenger side mirrors or little things you needed, cigarette lighter, things you needed, parts for your car. Stuff them in your pockets, and they would sell you this junk by weight. It was great, and it was fun to, like, you'd see broken windshields, you'd break them. It was fun.
Bill S. Preston Esquire. I'm mixed. I'm okay with the animation. The story looks interesting enough. I'm worried that the evil Acme corporate villain is a Southern gentleman.
Well, that's what Foghorn Leghorn is.
Yeah,
he is a Southern gentleman. Hey, we have big Mandalorian and Grogu news. There are currently free tickets available on May the 4th. We will put the link in the description so you can get free tickets right now at Fandango. It is on May the 4th. They're doing screenings all over the country to view 25 minutes of never before seen footage from the film in IMAX theaters. I expect you'll get a poster or something. They've done these events before. They did it for Dune, actually. They've done it where they do a special presentation. I am gonna guess, based on what we saw at CinemaCon, they will screen the first 18 minutes of the movie. You'll get a poster, and they'll have like some other footage, a message from Pedro Pascal and Jon Favreau. So why not get these tickets? And we have some more news. Alan, are you going to get tickets for this?
Well, I went to the link, and so far the only place in California you can watch this is Emeryville, Daly City, and Fresno.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Oh, and Dublin, California.
I was able to get 2 tickets at the AMC Universal.
Yes.
AMC Universal. But I've got, what's that? Go ahead.
Point is sold out. The one, especially the ones near me. Yeah.
Okay. I got the tickets, so I have 2, but I have bigger news for you. Even bigger. And share the link actually in the chat if you would, Atomic Lori. Because I want people to grab their tickets. It's all over the country. If you want to see it, up to you. But this is even bigger news, Alan. No need to make a reservation for this. You're going to Burger King.
Yes.
From the SW_Holocron X account, Burger King is launching a limited time menu for The Mandalorian and Grogu on May the 4th. So you can go see that screening and pick up a barbecue bounty whopper, Grogu's blue cookie shake, Grogu's garlic chicken fries.
Wow.
Imperial cheddar ranch tots, and 4 collectible cups, which are plastic, by the way. These are plastic cups.
Yeah.
Do you remember the old school Burger King, like Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back? You can still find them at swap meets. They were glass. They were really and had cool artwork. These are cheap. And I guess you can get like, is that a Mandalorian helmet crown? Or no,
Yes,
that's
it
the
is.
no, that's the container for the Whopper.
No, there's a crown in the upper right-hand corner.
Oh yeah, there you go. A crown. Yeah, that sounds great. Should we do a taste test of this?
Yeah, let's do it. We're buying all of this, except I'm only getting one of the collector cups.
yeah. Someone did though. John Fiorella, who we know, said, "What? No glass? This is fan made."
Yeah.
He actually made that. So, whatever. So, what do you think, Alan? Are you excited? What's so funny is
I'm actually excited about this.
I'm actually more excited for the Burger King meal than I am for the
movie.
Yeah. I mean, we actually saw the first 18 minutes of the film. So
yeah, I think I enjoyed it more than you did.
It's the TV show. But you know what? I got a little taste.
Upgraded.
I got a little taste for you. How about this? A scene. We're gonna watch this. This is a scene from Mandalorian and Grogu. Under a minute scene that really shows you, this gives you a true taste of the tone of the movie.
So I have not seen this one.
You have not seen this. No, you and I have not. Well, I saw this. You haven't seen this. It's from later in the movie.
Well, obviously.
But this tells you exactly what the movie will be from beginning to end. Here we go.
Grogu, I need you to go to the control panel. Remember the buttons I told you never to touch? I'm gonna need you to touch them. Look for the ignition relay cutoff. It's next to the fuel differential readout, which is between the pump compression gauge and the primary reserve No, don't touch the missile battery switch. That's why there's a safety guard on it. Do you see the fuel readout display? Remember I showed you that one? It's on the other side of the manual control surface calibration.
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
That has to be AI, right? That's a fan made scene from Mandalorian and Grogu, right?
No, it's not.
No, it has to be.
It's real.
No. Good job. Real. Good job, AI fakers. You got me on that one. You got me.
It's real.
Wow.
So that's the movie, and that is, I mean, so many quotable lines. Don't touch the missile bit. That's why it has
It's got the shield guards on him.
Yeah. My God.
Or we're gonna need a bigger land speeder.
Yeah, we'll need it.
I swear, I was really up on the first 7 minutes we saw, and now I'm like
18.
It gets worse. 18. Yeah.
Hey, let's get to it. Disney admits to multi-billion-dollar mistake with Star Wars Land. Well, it's so funny, even in that, like, people like call it Star Wars Land. No one calls it Galaxy's Edge, which is what the correct name of the land is. This is from Outkick. I know you have the article, Alan. Yes. Please, I'll share a screen here if you would read it.
All right. The Walt Disney Company poured billions into the Star Wars Galaxy Edge, building the experience around the sequel era planet Batuu rather than the classic locations fans grew up with. This direction stemmed from guidance by Kathleen Kennedy and was backed by Bob Iger, who believed future audiences would connect more with the newer characters like Rey and Kylo than with the legacy figures. That bet is now being framed as a misstep. The newer trilogy didn't maintain the same cultural staying power, and Galaxy's Edge struggled to generate the kind of long-term engagement Disney had hoped for. What was meant to feel like a lively, evolving corner of the Star Wars universe instead landed in a strange limbo, tethered to characters and stories that didn't resonate as deeply as with audiences. Now, under the leadership of Josh D'Amaro, Disney is recalibrating. The park is beginning to incorporate original trilogy icons like Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia, along with the unmistakable music of John Williams. Rather than rebuilding the land from the ground up, Disney appears to be layering nostalgia onto its existing framework, attempting to course correct without reopening the wallet to another billion-dollar overhaul. The shift reads less like a bold new chapter and more like a quiet admission. The original vision missed its target, and now the company is trying to bring the magic back by returning to the characters that made it iconic in the first place.
I mean, you've all seen on social media and I don't blame these actors. You know, they're told to wear very specific costumes, which appear to be slightly off model. In a way, they're not completely accurate. I've seen cosplayers at conventions dressed more accurately and better than the costumes they have currently at Galaxy's Edge. It's I mean, we saw Leia here. I think there's a video of it we can watch.
I think part of it is, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you've done face characters at Disney, you don't exactly get paid for the time it takes to dress up in the costume, or at least they want to get you out there as soon as possible. So they have to create outfits that can be put on quickly, as opposed to the amount of time that cosplayers go through putting. Well,
that costume, that costume of Leia is actually from the expanded universe, so it's not really. It was never on screen in anything Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, the Chewie is the same reason. You know, you got to get that Chewie costume on fast. They're not going to let you spend an hour.
Well, the fact that they even in this article call it Star Wars Land shows you they couldn't like Batu. No one knows what that is. No one cares. Even though there's lore behind Batu, it doesn't. No one cares.
Right. The masters of branding couldn't brand their own Star Wars Land
because the problem is they underestimated the value of IP. That if it's lasted, you know, decades long, now going on 50 years, next year will be 50 years for Star Wars. In fact, Star Wars Celebration tickets go on sale next May the 6th, or is it next week? I don't know. They go on sale in a couple weeks, and it's here in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
I stopped going. I might go to this one just because it's local.
If I can't get a press pass, I'm not going.
Well, okay. All right. I'm going to try to I'll get the cheapest ticket you can get. I'm sure they will not sell out. They'll be pushing it for a while. But look.
Maybe we'll finally see a Rey or Osha cosplay.
We probably at that you would. But they underestimate. If you got like Kirk, Spock, McCoy, decades of fans and generational, where you've got older fans handing it down to younger fans. And they thought in their arrogance that they could create new characters that would resonate. And frankly, they did not. In related news, Oscar Isaac, he recently did a podcast. I believe it was the Josh Horowitz, Happy, Sad, Confused. And he talks about that infamous line.
Which one?
Line. Well, you'll see. I know what here it is. Here it is. I'm trying to cue these up for you. Let's watch this clip real quick, Alan. You're gonna love it.
Yes.
Now, don't get mad at me, but the somehow Palpatine returned line, it follows you. It's on the interweb. It's out there. Do you remember reading that line and being like, that does a lot. That line is saying a lot. That's doing a lot of work.
Yeah. Those were reshoots.
Oh.
We had to do reshoots. Yeah. Because when I look at it, I'm like, oh, the wig's pretty good. You know, like I think I'd cut my hair already and come in. Yeah, man, those are like those surgical strikes where you like come in and
trying to make it sense of it.
They're like, scrambling, trying to get everything going. You know, and I think that had been, that was obviously like a new addition,
right
at the end. You know, so there was a lot of movement and flux throughout that whole thing. But had you asked me if at that moment I thought that was going to be What? I
never know what
I
your
wouldn't
legacy's
have
going
known.
to be.
Yeah. But
dancing in Ex Machina and somehow Palpatine returned.
yeah.
Congrats.
I mean, hey man, I committed to the exasperation, that's for sure.
You did.
Oh my God. So that thing has been memed. People say when there's so many quotable lines from the original trilogy, but when the quotable lines from the sequels are things that kind of mock the movies, that's not good. That is not good. Do you remember when you heard that? I remember.
You know what?
I mean, that line just like, it was not. I remember people just groaning at the end of a press screening for Rise of Skywalker.
Look, I can count the number of times I've seen Rise of Skywalker on one finger. So I really don't remember that line.
Yeah, I saw it one time in a theater and could not believe it.
Yeah, I
could not believe how bad it was.
I mean, I don't remember him saying the line. Means he probably said it, but it tells you how much I valued the Rise of Skywalker. I mean, I at least saw The Last Jedi at least 3 times. Force Awakens, I probably saw 3 times. I only saw Rise of Skywalker once. Compared to the others, which I've seen dozens upon dozens of times.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing, but what I will give Oscar Isaac credit for, he just was like, I'm doing a job. He's just a vessel, right? He's got to deliver it as best as he can. But, even which I think he's a really amazing actor.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Oscar Isaac, but you can't blame him for that terrible script and the terrible ideas. And he just sort of roll with the punches. That's what actors do. Speaking of Star Wars, War of the Bobs. Alan, you won't believe this. Bob Iger is caught up in it. And look at this. This is from InsideTheMagic.net. The War of the Bobs goes nuclear. Is it nuclear or nuclear?
Or nuclear.
Let's do a poll in the chat. Nuclear or nuclear? Disney hires top Trump attorney to block damaging Bob Iger biography. Alan, you've got the notes. Give it to me.
Yes.
Now I heard about this because he did his own biography, which is like, I'm great. Aren't I amazing? I bought all these things, had great ideas. But even in his own book, he just reveals things that in retrospect were kind of, he thought they were great. Others interpreted it differently.
My question, did he buy $67 million worth of his books and then give it to his friends?
Yeah.
The Walt Disney Company is locked in a high-stakes legal fight to stop publication of an unauthorized biography by Bob Iger. A book insider say contains potentially damaging revelations about his leadership and legacy. Investigative reporter Robbie Whelan from the Wall Street Journal is writing a deeply rooted, no-holds-barred biography. Unlike Iger's own memoir, the book promises a critical look at Disney's internal power struggles over the past decade. In response, Disney has hired aggressive legal counsel. Charles Harder is known for representing Donald Trump, signaling a serious attempt to block the book. Former CEO Bob Chapek is rumored to be a key source, possibly framing Iger as a behind-the-scenes operator who undermined him. The book includes contributions from laid-off and disgruntled employees, allegedly, who have proof of internal emails and accounts of dysfunction in Disney leadership. The book may reveal internal succession drama, while potential heirs were pushed out. A shadow leadership role Iger allegedly maintained during the Chapek tenure. Questions about Disney Plus's financial transparency. Creative clashes that led to costly misfires. Disney is expected to argue NDA violations and misuse of confidential information, potentially seeking to block the book entirely. The aggressive legal approach suggests the company sees this more as a PR issue its battle over sensitive corporate secrets. The controversy could impact investor confidence during the leadership transition involving Josh Tomorrow. And if the book gains traction, it could reshape Iger's legacy from visionary deal maker to calculating power player.
Look, I've always thought that he might as well have been a real estate agent. He went around and got really some of the greatest IP ever. Used the the weight of Disney company and their financial coffers, and he brought in great IP. He was a terrible shepherd of that IP. Terrible. Objectively. And the people that were in charge, Kathleen Kennedy at Lucasfilm, were also, George Lucas made it look easy. They all made it look easy. It's not easy and I really think there's even though I will argue and people will push back, that's fine. The prequels have aged better. There are quotable lines from the prequels. There are some of the best lightsaber battles ever committed to film are in the prequels. Okay? And imaginative and great characters were created. But almost nothing from the sequel trilogy has spun off and succeeded. So I really think it's like the one thing to buy it. It's another thing to shepherd it and foster it and make it successful. What are Alan? You're the author of the D-Files. What is your take on this?
Yeah. One reason I like to watch FNT and the Nooner is to hear my name mentioned. And so I want to read this book to see if anything in the D-Files made it in.
Oh, wow. It might.
I know. I'm wondering. I doubt it. I'm not that arrogant to think I changed the world in that way.
A little arrogant. That's okay.
But, it's like we've been saying for years now, we've known this all along, just the missteps. I mean, when you compare when Michael Eisner first came on board at Disney versus when Bob Iger did, Michael Eisner was dealing with a company that was on the verge of bankruptcy, of just going out of existence. And the work and creativity he employed to get the company back on its feet is revolutionary, second only to Walt Disney. And then Bob Iger, I think he was more of a, as they say, he's good at buying things, but just not a creative. And it just felt like in Bob Iger's mind was anybody could do these jobs. And so he hired anybody. And this is what you got to, we don't need John Lasseter anymore. Anyone could do John Lasseter's job. Give it to Jennifer Lee, so I'm really anticipating this book. I'm going to read it the moment I can.
Okay, well, when the book comes out, we will do a series and we'll break down the highlights.
Yeah,
we'll do it here on the show.
Yeah.
Hey, in related news, Marvel, and I predicted this, Marvel Studios returns to Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con. It's happening. They will debut. If they don't release that new, Avengers Doomsday trailer, the one that we saw at CinemaCon before that, they're going to show it here. I've got the story. There's not much to it other than they're going to be in Hall H. And it says the company will also have a large presence on the show floor in San Diego. Wow. I expect we're going to see the Doom costume live.
Yeah.
Where we're going to see a big Marvel display. Marvel is back and they're better than ever. Whenever you hear me say that, by the way, I'm kind of saying that in a mocking sense. It's back and it's better than ever. Alan, is there anything I missed in this story?
Well, let's see. Here we go. Marvel is set to make a major return to San Diego Comic-Con 2026, reclaiming its traditional Saturday night Hall H spotlight after skipping 2025. The studio is planning a significant presence both in the iconic panel space and across the convention floor, signaling a full-scale push to re-engage fans. The Hall H presentation is expected to center on Avengers Doomsday, positioning the film as a cornerstone of Marvel's next era. With major reveals likely and momentum already building from recent footage and teasers, the panel is shaping up to be one of the convention's headline events. Hall H has historically been where Marvel generates massive fan buzz, and this return suggests a renewed focus on making Comic-Con a key stage for its announcements. Overall, the movie highlights Comic-Con as a critical moment for Marvel to reignite excitement around the MCU, using its most high-profile platform to set the tone for what comes next.
Well, I predicted this would happen, so this is no surprise to me. They've got to come out swinging. And I'm really curious if James Gunn will have something for DC. Are we going to see Man of Tomorrow? We're going to see what's beyond. Something to pay attention to with the WB being acquired by Paramount Skydance. Are they going to announce any projects beyond Man of Tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know if they will. So Marvel Studios, not a surprise. DC, we'll see. In related news, Alan, San Diego Comic-Con faces budget cuts.
Mm-hmm.
There are budget cuts coming to San Diego. This is from KPBS. I'll share the story. This is sad news. You've got the link to this article. Basically, the mayor is proposing to slash the budget for arts and culture funding, and Comic-Con could be affected. So, got the article here. Arts leaders say proposed budget slashes arts funding by 11.8 million, from 13.8 million to 2 million, an 85% reduction. I mean, this is like really, and there's video here of protesters outside San Diego City Hall. We can I don't know, might be copyright struck for this.
I love these protests.
Okay.
As protesters gathered outside City Hall, a makeshift orchestra performed pep tunes. Organizers put out a call for musicians to bring their instruments less than 48 hours prior. Music from the large group echoed through the plaza as hundreds gathered to protest the mayor's proposed budget. Arts leaders say the proposed budget slashes arts funding by $11.8 million, an 85% reduction.
Look, we understand there's a budget issue. We were not asking for an increase. We were asking for flat funding.
Alessandra Moctezuma is chair of the city's volunteer Commission for Arts and Culture. She says the drastic cuts will impact essential grant funding for hundreds of arts and culture nonprofits.
Well, this, I mean, look, we can show this whole thing. We can put a link to the video in there, but that's a huge cut. And this is, you're looking at, first of all, I applaud them for making cuts. I think LA could maybe use some cuts in their budget. Gone a little over budget. But Comic-Con brings in $1 billion to San Diego. This is very disappointing. What do you think, Alan?
What I think, well, as someone who goes to San Diego quite a bit, this is not surprising to me, because you see that, you know, I perform improv in San Diego, and we know what the city is doing to nickel and dime everybody, basically. And like, if you go down, like, I'll give you an example. Around our theater, our parking meters, and it used to be every day from 8 to 6 o'clock, those parking meters you had to put money in. Now it's 8 to 8 o'clock. They're extending the time. They've also put in, I believe, parking meters in downtown that they can change the price on it at any time. So during games and stuff like that. But
wow, the electronic ones I hate, or the ones that make you download an app.
Yeah. And so what's happening is that these look, the city's running out of money. The city it spends too much money, and you mentioned it, making cuts. It spends too much money, and so therefore, rather than cut costs, they have to increase revenues, taxes, fees, and so on. San Diego has been going through that for quite a long time. San Diego's slowly becoming Los Angeles, and I even see it. Yeah, someone's saying Balboa Park. You used to be able to park free at Balboa Park. Now there are meters there. I could go on about government spending and just tell you that there's plenty of money. There's fewer people, there's plenty of money, and and you can run these programs a lot more efficiently than they are. And it's just frustrating. It makes me glad I live in Orange County.
Hey, we have a special guest that'll be joining us. Before we do that, really quick, Nicholas, appreciate your patience. We're going to get to you in a minute here. Which way is right? Nuclear or nuclear? Nuclear is 37%. Nuclear is 63%. So thank you for those who participated in that poll. Let's go to some quick comments and we'll get to our interview for today. And then we have after the interview, we're doing reviews. But nope, that's not what you're supposed to do.
What are you doing?
I did not do that. Okay, let's read the super chats here.
All right. Joel Watkins for 20. Chris, thanks for Film Threat. Always makes me feel I'm living in fast times at Ridgemont High. P.S. Sending a year's supply of crew gel to fix that map of yours and Alan's windshield repair.
Oh, thank you so much, Joel. That is really generous. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. So we'll take half for the windshields. We're down to $801. We're almost at $800. Sir Dirty Dog, like Disney, Burger King was once good.
Well, yes. I worked at Burger King for a summer.
I rarely ate at Burger King.
Well, I did because I worked there for a summer just out of high school. Yeah. Everyone should work fast food. It's character building.
I wanted it done McDonald's way, not my way. Franklin Sterling the third. What Star Wars location would you guys like to see turned into a theme park land?
Tatooine. And with the cantina.
In fact,
Tatooine.
It's already there. You can make Tatooine.
It's the desert.
The Lone Wolf Club. I don't care for Leia without the slave outfit. Yeah, the girl boss moment when she killed Jabba the Hutt. Darth Yeager, the sequel trilogy aged like milk. Yeah. Andy likes Stuff Channel. Hall H. That's going to full a screaming paid off fan.
You did your best, Alan. You did your best.
I was thinking that's me. That had to be me reading that wrong. Dennis D became a YouTube member.
Thank you to our members. We appreciate you. Hey, one of the things we like to do on the show, bring on indie filmmakers, have them tell us about their projects and let you know how you can see their movies. And we have a special guest joining us right now. Let's get him on the show. Nicholas. Hey,
yeah, there we go.
Nicholas,
how's it going, my friends?
Director of Mabel, thank you for joining us on the show today. Let's put you front and center as we talk to you about your film. How's it going today? Thank you for your patience. I think you were
not at all.
You were watching us entertained. We could have gone on forever.
I know. I would have loved it. I wish I had sent in a comment. I'm sorry I didn't.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Tell us and tell everyone watching about your movie, Mabel.
Look, it's the story of a 12-year-old girl whose best friend is a small potted plant named Mabel, and how when your best friend is a plant, it's sort of hard to make another friend. So it's sort of a coming-of-age movie, but it's a coming-of-age movie that sort of reminds us of all right now in this sort of time that, like, how do we get along with our neighbors? How do we find friends? How do we sort of figure it out? Because it's not as easy as it sounds.
Now, how did you discover this story, or how did you come to make this movie?
It was one of those crazy dreams. You know, I was lying in bed and I was reading a magazine, and I fell asleep, and I woke. It was a magazine about like how plants have intelligence and how they have intelligences that we don't have as humans. And I went to sleep, and I woke up at like 4 a.m, and I thought, I have to make a movie about a girl whose best friend is a plant. And I didn't know what that meant. I just was sort of like, I knew I needed to do it, and so I started digging in deeper into it. And it's kind of amazing what plants can do. All these things that sort of, that we sort of see them around us. We have them in our rooms, we have them in our lives, but we don't really at least I don't tend to talk to my plants. And all of a sudden I'm realizing it's like they have a sense of taste, they have a sense of smell, they're able to sort of warn each other about what's happening, they're able to react to predators, all the kind of stuff that we sort of think is true of animals and, of ourselves. And I thought, wow, what does it mean that I don't see that or don't know that? What would it feel like as a child to sort of feel that sort of kind of relationship and think, maybe I'm also being overlooked and not seen as a kid.
Well, I got to tell you something. This should make you feel good. We just got back from CinemaCon. Pixar has a movie coming. What's it called, Alan?
I forget the name of it, but it's exactly that about plants
it's
and
a
how they
similar,
talk and communicate with each other.
It's very similar.
They stole your movie.
No, well, they anthropomorphize everything. So it's Pixar's take on plants and their feelings.
That's amazing.
So you are ahead of the curve. You're ahead of the curve.
I mean, are you from San
Francisco?
Francisco?
About that, yeah.
Are you from San Francisco or? Sorry, can you hear me? Are you from San Francisco or? I don't know if you can hear me.
Can you hear Alan?
I can't. I can hear you, but not Alan.
Oh, okay. That's actually for the best.
Yeah. Let's go on.
All right. Hey, let's take a look at your trailer and then we'll take some questions from our audience. I have it here. And did this movie play Tribeca?
So Tribeca helped fund it. It played the San Francisco Film Festival. It's being released by Tribeca Films, and it's a child of the festival circuit, and I think we need movies that we can watch that we can watch across generations. I feel like that's harder and harder to find these days.
Let's take a look at the trailer and then we'll take questions from our audience. Here we go.
You ready?
Sugar maple, hemlock, beech, Burger King, Olive Garden. Do you have to put your plant on the table? I mean, Mabel?
Yeah, but not to school though, right?
Today, we are going to start botany.
That's why you brought the plants?
Yes, that's why I brought the plants.
Hello, new neighbors.
Hey! Hi! How's the older one? Being new is rough on the kids. Plants can talk. With words? No. Through an underground fungal network.
She's gonna make friends eventually.
Hi! Jeez, don't you know? Will she?
She's having trouble adjusting to school.
Callie? You killed a cactus? I always forget to water it. It's cactus.
Where are you from?
What do you mean?
But state.
I love how much you love plants, but people are important too.
Sometimes I feel like plants are more interesting than people. They are.
I know it's been tough.
Callie, stop!
All I can do is help you in the tiniest little bit. Everything else is up to you.
There we go. Okay. First of all, Judy Greer, I've always loved her as an actress. She's amazing. How'd you get her?
She's amazing. I mean, I don't even know. Like, I feel I was like pinching myself when she said yes. I mean, she's just one of those people that whether she's on the screen or in the room next to you, you're just sort of like, there is just so much energy in this person and so much just radiates, like, that feeling like I just want to watch you, And so I felt like, how perfect for this teacher that this young girl just becomes completely transfixed by for it to be Judy. And, she just brings like layers and layers to everything she does. I feel just,
and
I still pinch myself.
She can do comedy and drama.
Exactly. Exactly.
She's great at that.
And she can do both of those in the same thing, right? Like, I think, there are a lot of people that, maybe have a slightly different comic persona, but she just she embodies that whole thing and everything she brings. So it's just a delight.
That's great. Before we go to our comments and questions, sorry we're having problems with Alan. I don't know why we can't. It's okay, Alan.
I mean, I can hear me.
Can the audience hear you? Let us know in the.
I mean,
the live
they've been
chat.
hearing me the whole time. So
Yeah, I don't know why
it's
you
weird.
guys.
It's a StreamYard thing. It must be.
It must be StreamYard affecting us. But what was one of the biggest challenges getting the movie made? Like, it's one of those things we're seeing you now talking. And by the way, is the movie in release? Is it? When is it?
Yeah, so it's in theaters for a couple more days in New York, and it's available online, all the places you get your movies, and yeah, please check it out. So,
okay. But what was one of the biggest challenges? Because you're here, you make it look easy, but I know from personal experience, movies are a long journey. Journey, years in the making.
They're a long journey, and I mean, you guys are great at it, but it's hard to describe a movie before you've made it, right? And so when you tell someone, "Oh yeah, no, I want her best friend to be a plant, and I want it to be something that like parents and kids can watch," people are like, I don't know, and you have to prove it to them. You have to make it for them to get it, and so there's a bit of a chicken and an egg problem there. But I think the hardest thing about getting this movie made was finding the two young kids to play Callie and Agnes, to have that relationship be believable and something that you could feel invested in, and I think sometimes with kids movies, we make our kids these blank slates where they're witnessing the adult world around them, or they're like Disney characters, and both those are great. And I love watching all those movies, but to really live within their point of view requires someone who can really carry that character. And I feel like Lexi and Lena did such a beautiful job.
Let's go to questions from our chat, and there's comments here. Brock Samsonite, he's making me think this is The Happening. No, I don't think this is a horror film at all. Marcus Spin, wait, Chris, ask if he's from San Francisco. Are you?
I'm not from San Francisco. We were at the San Francisco Film Festival. I love San Francisco. I feel like this is a very San Francisco film in a lot of ways, but no, I'm not. I grew up on the opposite coast in the People's Republic of Cambridge. So,
There you go. Marcus Spin asks, what plant is Mabel, and how did you decide on that?
It's a Mimosa pudica, which is this sort of plant that's been sort of legendary for like years and years. I think there was like epic poems written about it. But what's amazing is when you stroke down the center of it, its leaves close up one by one, in real time. Wow. And so for us, we wanted a plant where there was enough that like you could say, okay, I get it. There's something happening here that I don't totally understand. So that's how we chose that.
Ryan Landis says, how many stunt plants and doubles were used as the starring plant in different scenes? Like if you drop that plant.
Well, Ryan like nailed it. This was the thing that I totally didn't expect going in, right? You stroke this plant, its leaves close up like this. It's beautiful, but it takes 15, 20 minutes for them to unclose. Right. So we had like 7, 8 Mabels on set, and there was like this rule, like, whatever you do, don't jostle the plants because you're going to kill our day. We have to wait another, 2 hours for these plants to slowly come back to life. So it's a great question. And gosh, I people say, be careful about making movies with animals or kids or things like that. I add moving plants to that list of things you have to be careful about.
Ask him if there were any plants harmed during the filming of
Were any plants harmed during the filming?
I wish I could say no, but there were 2 plants that were. Yeah.
Well, so. I mean, you step on grass. Are you hurting grass? I'm not sure.
That's right. We did the best we could, but movies are not without their risks. So.
The nerd far away. Hail, Nicholas. How long did it take you to write the screenplay?
So Joy and I, started thinking about this screenplay. Really, I made a movie about Mr. Rogers called "Won't You Be My Neighbor" with Morgan Neville, and we were traveling around.
Oh
with
yes, Alan and I saw that at Sundance.
Amazing!
I love that movie.
So we were in the room properly together.
Yes,
That's
we were
amazing.
in the room. I think Morgan lives in Pasadena near me.
He does. Exactly.
Yeah. There you go.
Love Morgan, love that movie, and I think. When we were going around, I met Joy, and I said to her, I'd always had this dream of writing this movie about this girl and this plant, and she basically said like I had the same dream, and so we sort of bonded over that and started sending texts and trading conversations back and forth, and the film came out of that. But Yeah, these are long journeys and they take a while to mature. But I guess if you spend any time in the documentary world, you're not so surprised by that taking a long time. So.
Atomic Lori asks, where are the Mabels now?
They were like hot commodities at the end of the filming. I think one of the producers took 2 of them. I took one, a couple of cast members took others. So we distributed all of the plants. They all are in better places now. So,
and then Uncle Remus asked, do you have to pay the plants the same scale as extras? I guess I would ask, like, was there a plant wrangler? Like you have someone with animals, like.
Yeah, so there's no contractual obligation to have a plant wrangler, and thankfully, that we didn't have to, increase our budget to accommodate more Mabel extras. But it is a tricky thing, it's wild. We had the wonderful thing is that the plant community, the botany community, it's like people love their plants, right? And so when we went out there and we were like, hey, we need a couple more plants, or hey, can we borrow your greenhouse, or can we do that? Everyone was so thrilled to be helpful. So, it was such a community effort. We were shooting up in Syracuse, New York, and there's an amazing botany lab there, and so many people that really sort of care about the way we sort of forget that the world is bigger than just whatever conversation we're having in front of us. It sort of encompasses so much more. And so that was it was a real joy to feel that on the making side of it, as well as on what made it to the screen.
And a last question here from Davina Duckworth. Any plans for a sequel? What?
Yeah, Mabel 2, Revenge of Mabel. It's like we can really go down that horror movie route and sort of
Little Shop of Horrors, right?
Exactly. It's tried and true. None yet, but we'll see.
And the movie is out in theaters in limited release.
That's
and then
right.
also it's on VOD
Available
now.
online to rent and VOD. Exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome. Nicholas, congrats again on the film. Thank you so much for coming by to talk to us. Have a great day.
Alan, I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk more, but on the sequel, it'll be just you and me.
Perfect.
Great. Take care.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. By the way, it's Sony that's doing the movie. It's called Buds.
Oh, okay, that's
Talking
right.
Buds,
Sony, not Pixar.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for looking that up and the correction.
Yeah, I had time. This one
Yeah, you were doing nothing back there.
I know.
Hey, we are gonna end the show today with
no reviews.
No. We got a lot of reviews with movie reviews. The
Yeah,
reason we're doing this is because we were at CinemaCon last week. We did not get to last week's releases. We will review them now as kind of a make good. So I saw Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Let's start with, actually, Alan, can you vamp while I run to the bathroom?
Yeah. Or you want me to start with okay, let's go through comments while we're at it.
Or you could I'll be right back.
Okay. All right,
you could review this.
Okay,
movie.
let's talk about Busboys. So if Atomic Lore, you can get that one up.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So actually this was, let me get the right thing here. Yeah, so this was a pleasant surprise. I came back and wasn't sure what to watch. We had a lot of time and came across Busboys starring Theo Von and David Spade. And I've heard a couple of interviews about this one, but it's just, it was their desire to make an old school comedy, a la Adam Sandler and, the old Saturday Night Live films. And so this is Busboys. David Spade plays Marky. He's a guy who's working. He's an out of work guy, but he finds work by driving dying dogs on a road trip. Just takes them out on a car trip and then ultimately gets them laid at the end by some other dogs. And so that's how he lives his life. Theo Von plays Steve, who is basically a young man who's under the shadow of his father, who is in prison. And so these two are losers. Everyone in the town hates these two. And they decide that they've got to change things around, and that they figured the best way to level themselves up in life is to become waiters, but no one will hire them as waiters, so they become busboys. And there's a restaurant that hires them, and they kind of, do the busboy thing. And while on the job, they need to make a little bit more money. And so they come across a guy who's selling Dexatrim, and they somehow get his stash, his inventory, and decide on their own that they're going to be dealers of Dexatrim, of illegal narcotics, so to speak. And as a result, the mafia boss who owns the Dexatrim, and then also every law enforcement agent ever, is after these guys for their work or for what they're doing. And it just becomes this wild comedy. Look, I had fun with it, but on the scale of smart and intelligent comedies, this is not one of those. If you are a fan of Theo Von and David Spade, you're going to have a good time with this one, because they're basically playing themselves. They're doing their kind of jokes. Also, this is a return to the humor that punches down, punches sideways, punches up. Everyone is a target in this movie. There are offensive moments, which is great. There are cringeworthy moments. These guys are just losers down on their luck, and they suffer the fate of many of those who have been losers in the past and down on their luck. So, look, most people will find this offensive, but if you have a sense of humor and just want to have a bit of fun, go see Busboys.
How does it compare to Joe Dirt?
Joe Dirt, it's an indie version. Look, Joe Dirt is somewhat of an indie film of its own. This is even more indie. Not a lot of money in it. If you're a Kill Tony fan, let's see, who's the redheaded guy on Kill Tony? He's in the movie. Cam Patterson's in the movie. So just a lot of cameos. I think these guys are just kind of fed up with the state of comedy movies these days and decided to make their own. And very low budget, but very funny. I laughed quite a bit throughout this one.
All right. Let's go to comments.
Yes. Uncle Remus, Joe Dirt lives. Let's see. Marcus Spin, a puppy pimp. That's right. Ryan Landers, like an old 90s comedy. Exactly. I think it's just a return to that.
Cool. Hey, I've got to review Lee Cronin's The Mummy, but I really want to hear about this. Lorne. This is a documentary about Lorne Michaels and SNL, and it's directed by Morgan Neville, who did Won't You Be My Neighbor?
Yeah, we just talked about it.
He did the Pharrell documentary, which was done fully in Legos. So I'm really curious, the legend behind the legends, because SNL is connected to almost every great comedian that goes on to make movies and whatnot, and so many different franchises. Like, it's astounding, the legacy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, SNL is not what it once was. It definitely is not. But what is the documentary Lorne? Tell me how it is, Alan.
I mean, for all intent and purpose, with the exception of 5 years, SNL is wrapped up in Lorne Michaels. They're kind of one and the same. And what's interesting about this documentary compared to every other documentary that Morgan Neville has done is the subject, Lorne. Lorne is a known private person. There's not a whole lot that he shares about his personal life. In fact, the opening of the movie is basically trying to nail Lorne down to have an interview with him. So like they would show up on the set of Saturday Night Live, and every time Lorne would see a camera, he would just kind of turn and walk the other way. And then he would, he is an incredibly private person. And when they do interviews with people in the movie, all of them will say that this is the most pointless documentary because he won't tell you anything. And so a lot of this documentary is about just trying to nail down Lorne Michaels and get some insight on him. But I think what I like about this documentary is this could have easily have just been a Saturday Night Live documentary. And I think Morgan Neville does an amazing job of getting something out of Lorne Michaels. And I think over time you do get to kind of know him, because I think they followed him for I want to say 2 seasons, maybe 1. And they, somehow they managed to get enough clips from him talking to actually put together a well thought out documentary. And it really is his history, his growing up. He was part of a comedy duo in Canada, and then how he got to do Saturday Night Live, how he got fired after the first 5 years. Then after 5 years after that, which produced Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Eddie Murphy, the ultimatum that was given to him was, look, if you don't come back and do Saturday Night Live, we're just canceling the whole thing. And how he just felt like his destiny was always producing Saturday Night Live, which is still true today. What was interesting was the discussion. They discussed some topics I just didn't think they would talk about. For example, that year, that first season that Lorne came back, the one with Robert Downey Jr., Randy Quaid, and Anthony Michael Hall. The admission that was the worst season of Saturday Night Live ever, and how that season taught Lorne Michaels how to fire people. And in fact, if you know the end of that season, only 3 people survived, and everyone else was fired. And then they even talk about when Trump was last on Saturday Night Live, and how Lorne would people were always surprised as to who Lorne would select to come on. The last Trump appearance was one of those. And also they go in a bit about the whole Shane Gillis thing, because Shane was a host when they were filming the documentary. So they talk briefly about what happened from Lorne's perspective.
Well, the Shane Gillis thing was crazy, because they showed him making jokes, which were, if you remember, Alan, they were Asian jokes.
They were Asian based. They're Chinese
based jokes.
Yeah.
And I like Shane Gillis. I like his show on Netflix, Tires. I like it. It's like kind of an office style, comedy, working at a tire shop, but so they go into it.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I
from
think,
Lorne's perspective.
Well, what he essentially says is he was surprised how quickly it caught fire, and how long the fire burned, to the point where they had to let Shane go. And yeah,
it is kind of BS.
He thought that the controversy would burst and then would dissipate, and then no one would talk about it again, and that just didn't happen. Yeah, and so he was definitely on Shane's side at the time, wanting him to come back to the show, but realized that and then there's the whole Norm thing, and they get into that of the pressure he was under to not only fire Norm, but to fire a whole bunch of people. I think Adam Sandler and Chris Farley were also part of that. Don Ohlmeyer wanted them gone as well.
Do they go into, I don't know if you remember when Charles Rocket was on there?
No.
And he says, I want to know who the fuck, he said fuck.
Yeah. Okay. So Charles Rocket was, but Charles Rocket was in the 5 years that Lorne wasn't producing.
Oh, okay. So he's not, all right.
Because there's no mention of Eddie Murphy or Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, that sucks.
But look, I mean, I love this documentary just because I'm such a massive fan of Saturday Night Live and of comedy in general. And this is probably the best glimpse or look at Lorne Michaels that you're going to get. I'll mention one other funny part. So it's known that Lorne hates it when you break up during the show. So you're doing a sketch and then you can't help but laugh, and that's brought up. But when he was before Saturday Night Live, he was a comedy duo in Canada. They had their own TV show, and all Lorne did during these scenes was bust up every time his partner would do something, which is somewhat ironic. But look, if you like comedy, if you like Saturday Night Live, if I've been watching it since the very beginning. I found this documentary fascinating, enjoyable. It doesn't get political, thank God. Look, the reason I like these is I learn a lot about comedy, and this one I learned a lot about comedy.
I used to never miss SNL.
Mm-hmm.
That was like appointment. I would record it on VHS.
Yeah.
I had my TiVo. I would watch it the next day. It got to the point where I could watch a full episode of SNL in 30 minutes because I always skip the commercials. Obviously, I skip the musical guest most of the time, and then what was left was about a half hour of good stuff. The funny thing was the sketches they did at the very end of the show, near the end when they didn't care, and they were the weirdest ones.
Yeah,
I didn't like those, but in the last like almost decade, I think the last really great thing they did was the woke jeans ad with Ryan Gosling. That was in 2017, but I would never miss it. And then since then, I stopped.
Yeah, I mean, Alec
I
Baldwin
never
just kind of ruined it for me. The whole Trump thing. I mean, it just felt like at that time, Saturday Night Live gave in and said, "No, we're pro Obama, anti Trump." I'll just say that. Look, I started watching Saturday Night Live. I was in 3rd grade. So that's really, I think, the 2nd season. And I remember staying up late, starting the show at 11:30, and then falling asleep at midnight and never seeing the rest.
Yeah,
of
well,
the
that was me too. I was watching it. I was a kid from the first season. Watched it because it was on after. I would watch Flash Gordon serials with Buster Crabbe. They were on at 11 p.m. and SNL came on at 11:30. And I did my best to stay up. I'd always I'd miss it, fall asleep, but I never missed it. That was my Saturday night as a kid.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the most unfunny person I know is my brother. And he loved comedy. And he bought there was a script book that came out of Saturday Night Live. And I remember taking that script book and performing sketches. I performed the Shimmer commercial in 5th grade. During something I had to do in class, and I go, I'm just going to do the Shimmer sketch, and it was, a floor cleaner and a floor wax and a dessert topping.
Wait, is this your brother?
Hello, my name is Ring A Ding Ding. I'm Alan Ng's brother. Mr. Gore's invited me to track down my brother. Yeah, he's very unfunny.
Yeah, he's not funny at all. Ring a ding ding.
Yeah, when I wouldn't laugh at his joke, he'd beat me mercilessly.
Let's go to comments.
All right. Here we go.
Wait, before you do, you recommend it?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
sorry about that.
Yeah, in fact, this one we from Film Zen, we need Austin Powers back. There's an entire
Film
section.
Zen. Good to see you.
Entire section on people impersonating Lorne and how Dr. Evil was based on Lorne. Also, there's a character in Brain Candy that is based on Lorne Michaels.
Okay, let's go here.
Okay, Doc Possum. I would watch all the SNLs to the end so I could watch Burt Sugarman's Midnight Special afterwards.
Oh, that's
I
great.
have no idea who that is. CMD for 10. Did you catch the Fandango Street Fighter interview? Kalina Liang understood the assignment and dressed for it. Didn't criticize her character, the film, and fans other than like other female leads of late.
Atomic Glory, look that up. We'll check out that interview. That's great. Thank you. Thank you, CMD 062.
I'm pretty sure that interview started. Hello. Davina Duckworth. I heard Dr. Evil was Michael Myers' imitation of Dana Carvey's impression of Lorne Michaels. Let's just say there are a lot of characters in movies based on Lorne Michaels, and you see them all in the movie. Tim is not funny. He's an enigma. He's an enigma wrapped in a mystery, trapped by a short king.
Trapped in a short king.
In a short king.
Close enough.
Yep.
That's good. Hey, Alan, it's time for me to talk about Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Now, if you put your name at the top, like John Carpenter's The Thing, okay, you're going to add your personal stamp to this. And Lee Cronin certainly does that with The Mummy. Throw out everything you know about every other mummy movie that's ever been made. This is about a family and a young girl who gets lured and groomed by a woman and kidnapped. She's taken away, abducted, and disappears. The family, of course, they're in Egypt and they're devastated. They move back to the States where the father, the patriarch of the family, is a news reporter. And The family, of course, is devastated. They've got a new daughter that is kind of replaced her. So they've moved on. It's 8 years later. They had another child with a brother. So it's the two parents and the two kids and the grandmother. They live together. When they get a call out of the blue that their daughter has been found, but she's not quite what she used to be. They bring the daughter home. She is either been abused or something is wrong with her. Strangeness and creepy things begin to happen around the house. Really gross stuff. And I'll say that's the sort of prevailing thing about this movie. From the sound design to the look of it, everything, it's freaking gross. And I mean, I don't know. First of all, there were times I'm sitting in the theater squirming, watching some of these events transpire, where everything from like she's covered in like these weird, like scroll, like mummy kind of cloth, but it's written in some ancient language that the dad takes to talk to a professor. Like, what's this ancient language? What happened to our daughter? As more and more evil things begin to happen around the house, including the tragic death of the grandmother and lots of other things I won't spoil. But I'm telling you, this thing is just beyond gross in ways involving children that I found difficult to watch. Not difficult in a good way, in a way where I wish I wasn't watching this movie. You come to find out, of course, the daughter has been possessed by an ancient demon, which explains all the horrible things the demon is doing around the house. This movie is 2 hours and 14 minutes, insufferably long, with gross things like the vomit, projectile vomit, but not in a way like Exorcist, which was really terrifying, in a way of like, I'm just grossed out. Scorpions, bugs crawling in people's mouths, wound, like almost fetishizing wounds. And the sound design only made it worse. So while there really were no actors of note that I apologize, the actors, you did your job. I'm sorry I don't recognize you. My apologies. I was really not invested, was grossed out, horrified. This is body horror on a level that, like, I think like certain body horror, like the movie The Fly, David Cronenberg, I find fascinating. It's because you're dealing with the psychological aspects. Anyone that brought this girl back, like they're trying to rehabilitate the daughter. The mother is clipping her toenails. It couldn't be a more gross scene of a clipping toenails where a toenail then comes off. I was horrified, and not in a good way. And look, I'm not a big fan of gore. You've really got to use it well. For example, the Terrifier movies, gore is handled in a comedic way. The gore in this is just hard to watch. Alan, you would not have survived Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Yeah, I couldn't survive Terrifier, let alone.
Yeah. You would not have survived Lee Cronin's The Mummy. And honestly, I cannot recommend it. It's gross for gross sake, with characters I'm not invested in a story that just gets tiresome by the end, in addition to a running time that was completely unnecessary. You could have cut this down 2 hours and 14 minutes. You could have cut it down to 90 minutes and not lost anything. Just move the story forward more at a more brisk pace. So I cannot recommend Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
I'm just curious what the Rotten Tomatoes score is on this one.
I didn't even look it up. Let's go to this.
Oh, you're back. 46% from critics, 76.
Okay, now I think whatever.
Okay, English Batchers, member for 28 months. Church Lady with Dennis Hopper when SNL was good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, even when
the
they did
Church
Skinny
Lady was
Tammy.
great.
Yeah, like
Church Lady was great.
I mean, Phil Hartman. Archer Merchant. It's a real question. Will Temu slave Leia be at RSVP?
I hope so. Thank you, Archer Merchant. Wait, did I see you, Archer Merchant? Do you have like I think I saw you on X somewhere. You comment about movies. I could be wrong.
Okay. Franklin Starling III. Some things are meant to stay buried, like Lee Cronin's The Mummy. LOL.
Yeah.
Brock Samsonite. This ain't Brendan Fraser's Mummy.
That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah, they're making another one. Bill S. Preston Esquire. Listen, if you gross out Chris Gore, you know you've gone too far. That's right.
It's just gross. It was the sound really was the capper.
Can you imagine? We were planning on seeing that on the right after CinemaCon before the drive home from Vegas. That would have been fun. Jimmy Eat the Movies. Michael, please 9 out of 10. Please mention good BS.
Oh, I'm seeing it tonight. Seeing it tonight.
Oh, it's not faring very well out there. Christopher Moonlight Productions. I heard the script was a rewrite of a canceled sequel to the Exorcist reboot that flopped. It was originally going to be the unearthed girl that they thought had died.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I can't recommend it. We have one last review, but I have a treat for you real quick. Suggested by the chat. This is that Fandango. It's 10 minutes.
Oh, here we go.
Can't watch the whole thing. No, check out the actress who plays Chun-Li.
Yeah, it's very hot.
Yo, I need a bottle of champagne in my
I need a bottle when I walk.
I need a bottle when I walk through.
I got good news, yo.
Here we go.
Before prep even started, just to nail the spinning bird kick. And she's, hanging upside down. You see it in the trailer, in the splits, spinning in the air and then landing. It's some really crazy stuff. I think Chun-Li has some of the craziest moves in the movie.
Abracadabra.
Not abracadabra, just a lot of kicks.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You know what? Street Fighter looks so good. I cannot wait, Alan.
That's an interesting thing though. I mean, to watch the video game and then try to replicate the exact move of the video game. I mean, who'd have thought you would want to do that in a movie? About a video game?
It's kind of wild.
I mean, punching a car. I mean,
nuts.
That's
Alan, we have one more review today. Alan, tell me about Normal.
All right, Normal stars Bob Odenkirk. You see him there. He plays a small town sheriff. In fact, he is the town of Normal's interim sheriff.
Wait, the town is called Normal?
Yeah, the Normal, Minnesota.
There we go.
In this little town, the previous sheriff died. And so Odenkirk was brought in to replace the sheriff on a temporary basis until the election where they can elect a new sheriff. And so basically, look, it seems like a perfect fit. Odenkirk's character, Ulysses, he's a affable man. He gets along with people very well. He's concerned about crime. But he's really in this town just to say, look, I'm going to come in and I just want to leave the town the way it was when I left it. And because it's a small town, of course, there's, crimes are of a small town nature. And he learns a few lessons about how to deal in these small town cities. But soon there's the arrival of two members of the Yakuza. And it seems like the whole town that there's a conspiracy. Why does he know this? Because as Sheriff Ulysses begins to investigate the death of the sheriff, his predecessor, that raises alarms, and everyone is trying to stop him. And at one point, a bank robbery occurs. These two strangers come to town and are going to rob the bank. And the guards happen to be the two Yakuza members. And in fact, when Sheriff Ulysses goes in to basically negotiate with the bank robbers, his men start firing upon him with automatic weapons. And but being the fact that this is Bob Odenkirk, he knows how to handle himself with weapons, and is able to at least get himself into safety. At which point they go to the vault, and there's a giant stash of gold bars in there. And in fact, this town is in league with the Yakuza. And now the town has surrounded the bank. Everyone in the town has surrounded the bank. And now it's up to Sheriff Ulysses and these two bank robbers to somehow survive. And that is the movie. Oh, no, of course, look, it wouldn't be a spoiler if I told you there's a big Yakuza battle at the end of the movie.
There is?
Yeah.
Now, wait a sec. Question. How is this different than Nobody?
Nobody, I think Nobody, Bob Odenkirk's character is kind of, I would say the secret agent type. He's
like a family man.
He's a family man, but he's above average killer.
Yeah.
Here, for the most part, he's a typical small town sheriff. He still has to know how to use a gun. He probably has a military background, which explains his ability to use more advanced weaponry that eventually appears in the movie. But that's kind of the difference between it.
Do you recommend it?
Yeah, I actually did have fun with this one. It's not the greatest action movie ever, but I kind of miss this kind of action movie. It's weird that Bob Odenkirk is now an action hero.
True.
Yeah. But if you buy into it, it's a pretty fun movie. And look, it's like the other, was it Nobody and a few others. It gets pretty gory at times. In fact, Henry Winkler's in the movie, and his fate is quite memorable in the movie.
Well, I like the Fonz.
Yeah.
So you recommend Normal?
I do. I think it's one of the better action movies you're going to get this year.
Okay. Well, to me, not having seen it, it looks like a movie I'll catch on streaming.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I did going in.
That sounds very enthusiastic.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. How much did I like Normal compared to this? I think I like this one better than Normal just because it was a little more grounded in terms of its story, but it still goes.
You mean Nobody compared to Normal?
Nobody. This Normal is more grounded than than Nobody. Oh my God.
The titles are very similar.
Yes. In fact, I think I put Nobody on the list of movies I'm about to review.
Well, it's not Nobody.
Yeah.
All right, I'll check it out. I'll check it out at some point. I do like Bob Odenkirk quite a bit, and the Nobody films they're funny and clever. So I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Let's go to comments and we'll wrap up.
All right. Let's see. Normal.
Someone-
Tim is not funny. Normal. It was a half-baked generic action comedy with a weak, predictable mystery plot that doesn't do much. Mildly entertaining, ultra violence, but I was just waiting for it to be over. Yeah, I think I'm barely on the opposite end of you, opposite side of you. It's barely good enough.
There you go.
Techniques, Yakuza, not white supremacists waving American flags. Nope. No, there's none of that. There's none of that in there.
And guess what? We're going to wrap it up today. Thanks to our mods, Lord Thoth, MK Solid, Ololique on Rumble. Thank you to Atomic Lori. Thank you to Alan. Kind of rolling with the punches today.
Mhm.
Kind of a wild show. Friday, we return with a review of Michael and other movies, including an indie movie I can't wait to tell you about called Mile End Kicks. Alan is also, what else are we seeing? We got a couple others that are Over Your Dead Body.
Yes. I swear.
That's right.
We finally get to talk about that one.
We can't. Yes, it's opening this week. We'll talk about I Swear. And we have an interview with Dirty Hands filmmaker Kevin Interdonato. We'll talk
Wow,
to
what a
him
name.
also. Well, there we
Oh,
go.
and at the request of many, fingers crossed, I will have seen Napa Boys by Friday.
Well, there you go. We added it to the list. And I will actually be at the San Luis Obispo Film Festival. I'm going to be there this weekend. So look for, if you're going there, look for me there. I'm going to be hanging out.
Yeah. You will be at the alma mater of my recently passed father.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's, I've never been there.
Yeah.
I've literally never been there.
Yeah. He learned aeronautic engineering at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and then sent a man to the moon.
Well, I can't, I've never been to that town, so I'm really excited to see what it's about. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you. Everyone who sent in a soup or commented or participated. See you Friday. Alan?
Let's get out of here.